What's good, YouTube, and welcome to the house. Konami dropped the ban list today, and 3 cards went from limited to unlimited, so it's more of a pardon list, if you will. I don't get how a ton of YouTubers made 10-minute videos out of this. I would have just been going, Kanahawk! But jokes aside, there are interesting conversations on what Konami should have done, could have done, or how you guys feel about it, and I feel like putting a smile on somebody's face. So we're gonna do that giveaway of the month thanks to you guys using my TCG player link in the description down below, costing you nothing extra and supporting the channel directly and helping my medical bills. TCG player doesn't tell anybody to do giveaways out of their stuff, but I always set aside the portion and make sure I'm giving something back each and every month, and this month it's one of my personal favorite OCG items out there, the 20th anniversary Slifer medallion, literally etched into metal. It is so freaking awesome, front and back. All you gotta do to enter this giveaway is be a subscriber and have those settings public so I can tell you're a subscriber, so that, you know, you're supporting the channel if I'm giving something to you. Like this video, and down in the comments section below, let me know what change you would have liked to see to the ban list, or if you're a minimalist, you didn't want to see much change, what you either liked or disliked about this ban list that did happen. That being said, let's get into how, you know, the market got more thwapped than, oh my gosh, market destruction just happened. So we start off with the Altergeist cards, and we see that Multi-Faker is up barely anything. I'm sure some of the Starfoil stuffs have sold out. They're basically no quantities. That continuously seems to happen with these guys. We go over to the Ritual Beast, and this is a little more interesting of a conversation. Ritual Beast Ulti Gaiapelia Ultimate Rare. I've always wanted to say that about Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, but Ulti Gaiapelia Ultimate Rare, he is bought out right now, but this has been happening to him. He's been around $18 for some time, but now the Ultra joins him up and bought out. We also see Ulti Kanahawk going up. I do think that this deck is an interesting one overall. Its combos can take some time outside of a skilled player's hands, but a lot of people happy with the day. I'm gonna let the Ritual Beast players have their day. And also, did this ever get a reprint? Ulti Kimun Falcos. I actually want to see that. I know, live editing done cheap. Ulti Kimun Falcos. I want to see if this ever got any kind of reprint. No, it didn't. So the Link Monster with only one printing may be something to consider sooner than later. Of course, using that TCG player link. And then Nekros had the most happen to them, with Unicorn spiking over here and the Ultra Rare as well. And people looking after things like Nekros of Trishula. Secret Rares now disappearing from the market as well. Brionic's done been bought out for a while. And we see that the Ultra is still chilling, but very low quantities. Now, I did call that the Nekros would see Unicorn Unlimited to support Dragma, which is coming in Rise of the Duelist. So Konami kind of looking forward with this Unlimited. A ton of people are going towards Rise of the Duelist release, go, oh my gosh, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and play this deck. I'm gonna go ahead and get my Nekros cards, and you're gonna see secondary buyout waves of this later, so there may be a dip at some point, but don't wait too long. Don't be that guy that went, okay, fine, I'm gonna pick it up, and looking, oh wow, it's higher than even these hype prices. But the Ultra Rare, it's not up too hard. I think it's like, even though there's low quantities, it's towards $5, yeah. So honestly, if you have these and you don't care about them, you don't care about Dragma at all, it may be a great place to sell, or you may want to hold towards the actual release of Rise of the Duelist. But again, Konami does some weird thing with OTS packs at times. This could be reprinted common somewhere. Be a little bit careful with that. Buster Blader from the Anniversary pack has been bought out. Yeah, that's all the ban list news, those 3 cards. So the Anniversary pack stuff has been getting bought out. This is up towards $80 now, just another kind of wave. Genzo fell back down kind of fast. He's at 25 listed, I think, lowest from near mints already, where you saw him at 70, 80 before. So even with hard to get cards like these, sometimes the buyouts don't last, even with future support coming. But again, those secondary waves when the actual release get here do tend to happen. And I just have to say, if you're actually looking at the set, there's not going to be too much coolant other than when things fall out. So if you're considering cards that have been sitting there forever, like I'm a Celtic Guardian fan, do you ever think this will be under, you know, $10? Probably not again. This is probably one of your best looks because look how quickly it jumps up towards 20 after these few listings. So don't put buys like this off if you're a collector. The collector's market is kind of experiencing its second renaissance, if you will. Its second bubbling up, and it's not going to fall from there. I think people are going to take this, look at Starlight Rares, look at what people are willing to spend on Yu-Gi-Oh! And apply it to other parts of the market. Now, I actually don't know why this is up here. Toon Chaos. This was a discussion last night from stream. It's just interesting to know that the release date is very soon, and we still don't know how the collector's rarity is going to pan out. There's 15 cards that are collector's rares out of this set, and it's 7 card packs, so still looking forward to seeing what's happening there with this set. Vision Hero Ferris got bought out to the point of almost $20. It was $22 last night. We see a couple motivated sellers undercutting that. And it was also, I believe, Vision Hero Increase, if we go to the Battles of Legend page, was up too. I guess you could say it's increasing. Yeah, out of quantity. So the hero players are coming for that new support. This has been low-key stonks for a while, and you see that shooting up in price. Salamangreat Sunlight Wolf was up towards $18 the other day. We see it falling back to $15 already. It did something at the PPG. I believe it took one of them down, to everybody's surprise. I've been saying that this deck would be way more supported in terms of tournament appearances because of how budgeted it is compared to the other top meta decks. So a lot of people just going to YCSs or regionals last minute would be grabbing Salamangreat decks they already had and going and barely updating them. So when it comes to this deck, yes, there are a lot of people playing it. How many are hollowing it out while, you know, starting to return to locals, etc.? Question mark. I think you'll see this fall back down a bit. But Lady Debug is up in price as well, towards $11 here. Now for some interesting calls for buyouts. Rainbow Overdragon, huh? This is the card, $26. I don't think this was too smart of a buyout considering its set is Ancient Millennium. Same with Toon Kingdom out of Dragons of Legend because you have that new Dragons of Legend pack coming, even though this wasn't featured in Toon Chaos. And once again, Legendary Duelist Ancient Millennium. Toon Kingdom has 2 places to pop up. I know a lot of people are disappointed it's not in Toon Chaos. Maybe that's why I had this up here. But when it comes to this, it has 2 more chances to be reprinted, although we are seeing in Legendary Duelist Season 1 a ton of random toons being injected, so we know not all the cards are going to make it in, but do you think Konami's going to be dodging the hollows? That's a pretty bold call there. We're going to see how that pans out, Cotton. I still think that you're going to see most all the hollows in here. I don't think Konami's going to gloss over too much unless it's something they put in a speed duel pack or something like that. But this set is interesting to keep an eye on and releases early July, so we'll see how that story fully pans out. Again, my call would be to sell, 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 but just like the Megatons, maybe a couple things fall through the cracks and you find yourself a winner depending on what you called. But if you're playing the entire hedging your bets game, you sell everything when something like this is on the horizon, and then decide what first set originals could keep price. Last time, you know, the rare came out, and you see it spiking here just because everyone's scrambling for tunes. This fell to $18, remember? The original secret rare fell to 18 while this was 6. Over time, this went to 18, this stayed at 20, then got revolving buyouts. So Toon Kingdom, do you really think it has that many people invested, or do you think it has investors invested in it versus the collectors? Big think. But the future of cards do change based off of their course of history in the market. Happy Lover is a funny common that we used to use advanced ritual art to send a bunch of fairies to summon rituals with, and then you could summon Christia depending. So a little bit of funny Yu-Gi-Oh! History, also getting a bit of a funny price in terms of buyouts from Champion Pack 2. Haniwa also got a weird buyout. We see very few copies and only 1 near mint, well, 3 from the same seller, at $4. So yeah, this is just random TP buyouts happening on the market, CP commons. Always check your bulk, pick your bulk, and if something looks kind of old, kind of funny, don't be scared to look it up. You may have some money you didn't know. I'm actually surprised this never got any kind of reprint, considering it's like one of the Taya cards, right? Scapegoat Ultimate Rare got bought out. I don't think this is the worst one. A lot of people wanted me to cover it. They think it's big bad. I think it's actually pretty good, and I was saying when this was $30, it's undervalued, although a ton of people told me it looks ugly in real life. I have yet to actually get my hands on one of these and take a big stare at it, but just looking at the picture, yeah, how they pop up, I'm not a big fan. I personally like how the secret rare looks. The Japanese prismatic secret is towards $10, so, you know, with GOAT format, people have started to look at OCG rarities a lot, but this secret rare out of Joey's World just looks pretty bomb, and I think it's towards $6. This fell back out from its buyout earlier that spiked it towards 12, but there's only a couple copies there. So again, whenever something gets bought out, keep your eyes. Motivated sellers come back to the market. I think that GOAT format has some twists and turns. I don't think the Ultimate Rare will ever be considered above the Retro Pack Rare, and it's not my preference of a card to play, even over the Secret, but I do think it will have its place with not only collectors, GOAT players, but also, you know, investors going after this card, and it'll kind of be driven up over time naturally. That was my forewarning, even though people called it ugly. People love them. They're scapegoats of all kinds. Magical muskets. This brings a tear to my eye. Desperado now bought out towards $6. Only 9 listings. How far have you gone? Tell me you're not out of my reach. 9! Ah! So I like playing Eldritch Magical Musket on stream. That should be no secret. It's one of the most fun decks that I've been playing in a while. And, man, seeing this, people really going after the cards makes it a little bit harder if I want to consider IRL. But if I was competitive, I think I would go Eldritch Synchro right now over this deck. Finally, some Raid Raptor Phantom Knight support got announced last night, and a lot of people are super poggers hype about it, but the ban list today and the conversation there will probably overshadow that a bit. We do see Force Trick Secret Rare actually popping off the market. Give me a second. I'm sorry, I almost made it till the end. A secret rare popping back off. These were falling back out after Lunalights got their hits, and people were like, I don't want to play with you anymore. You know, the good old Toy Story meme. But here we see it towards $18 again, just popping back up versus that market price of 12. And the ultra rare is something to keep an eye on. Remember, it did take a while to spike back up the first time, but tons of people just letting them go again. Definitely something to consider here at the end of Market Watch. The support does seem kind of interesting that you're combining PKs and Raid Raptors and all this crazy stuff is happening. It's a pretty fun concept and cool that Konami is going for it. But if you're buying into it, I would buy into it sooner than later, especially with the day overshadowing those events. That being said, thanks for watching today's Market Watch. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the conversation. And if you want to win this amazing Slifer 20th medal that I am a big fan of, it's one of my favorite OCG items. Remember, subscribe, like the video, and tell me what change you would have wanted to see on the ban list, what you're unhappy with, or even what you're happy with. Just some ban list conversation to get you guys through the day.